I'm Leon, and I'm once again experimenting with microalgae. These algae are dead. They've been dead for a while actually. This is a culture I think I started 3 or 4 weeks ago that I just didn't have time to replenish. And I do want to restart a new culture for future experiments, and I realize that it gives me a chance to showcase some equipment I have that I recently got for cleaning out old algae cultures. And I'll be showing that off in a second, but first I need to pour out these old algae into my dead algae container. So I'm going to do that first. So there, now this bottle is nice and empty and ready for a new algae culture, but you'll notice that there is still a whole bunch of green residue at the bottom. And that's where my first piece of new equipment is going to come in. So obviously, starting a new algae culture with this green residue is not great, and it could harm the health of the algae, the new algae that ended up going in here. So I'm going to be using a machine called a sonicator to get it out. So this is a sonicator. It's a piece of equipment I actually got for a completely unrelated reason. Not at all related to algae, but it turns out that it's pretty useful for algae. And it's useful for cleaning out those bottles. And essentially what it does is it stimulates the outside of the bottle with ultrasonic vibrations, essentially sound waves. And those sound waves shake off any residue left on the bottle and put it out into the water inside the bottle instead. So to use the sonicator, first I need to fill the bottle up about a third of the way with water. The amount of water actually doesn't matter that much, it just needs to cover the residue that's in here, so just really the bottom. And then I'm going to plop it in the machine, and I'm going to turn on the machine and then switch on the ultrasonic vibrations. And as you can see, it has a bit of a noise to go with it, but those vibrations are actually blasting the outside of the bottle, cleaning off all of the algae that are left inside, and putting it all into the water that I put inside the bottle. So I'm going to leave it for the next 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll see what happens when it comes out. So I've taken out the bottle, I've poured out all the water, and you can see it's definitely looking a lot cleaner now. There's basically no green residue left. So now I'm just going to dry this thing out. So I'm going to plop it into my second piece of equipment, which is right over here. It's technically a food dehydrator. And normally it's used to take all the water out of food, but it basically behaves like an oven, and that means that I can dry stuff like this bottle inside. So I'm going to toss this in here for 10 minutes just to dry it off, and then I'll be able to start a new algae culture out. And there we go, it started. See you in 10 minutes. Alright, so I've now taken out this bottle from the dehydrator. It's still a little warm, but it's completely dry. And that's good because now I'm going to be starting up a new algae culture. So, I have got over here a vial of concentrated algae that I'm going to be able to put into this vial along with some medium right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and close out this vlog. So I've created my algae culture, it's all ready to go. Now all I need to do is wrap my lights around it, add in my air bubbler, and everything will be set. But I'm going to call this vlog here, because the main point of this was to just show you all the cool new equipment I have to clean out the algae. So I showed you the sonicator, showed the dehydrator, and I'll be continuing to use both of those in my future experiments whenever I need to clean out and replace algae cultures. So there we go, that's all for this vlog. If you want to see more experiment content like this, make sure to follow on LinkedIn and subscribe on YouTube, and as always, I will see you in the next one.